Welcome back to another episode of the Auto Accident Attorneys Podcast, brought to you by the Auto Accident Attorneys Group, where our motto is simple: we take care of you. I'm your host at Attorney Ali, and while our firm is known for helping people navigate the aftermath of auto accidents, this podcast is about so much more. If you've tuned in at all, you already have an idea. Yes, you will find helpful episodes on what to do after an auto accident, how to deal with insurance adjusters, and tips for preventing accidents in the first place. But we don't stop there. This show is about taking care of people in every way we can. That means talking about topics that impact your everyday life, from how to safely prune trees to the best events to go to in your community. You see how I tied that in? Today, I am joined by my sister, attorney Holly Cull. Holly, thank you so much for joining us. It's been a minute since you've been in here.
It has been a minute, and as soon as I sit down in this chair, I just want to start laughing.
Well, we did that with Matt Wolf a couple weeks ago, so
Oh.
please feel free to do so. Holly, I'm going to let you take over and start today's episode.
Sure. So we are talking all about our firm's annual fall festival. It makes sense that I would lead this conversation because I have led the charge in putting the festival on the last 2 years. So,
It does make sense because I never know what to expect until I show up.
yeah, for better or worse. So, yeah, I wanted to talk about the fall festival today, let people know what it's all about, give them some background on how this whole thing started, and go from there. So I want to ask you, what was the origin of this?
What a great question at Attorney Holly. I got to stop saying at. I don't know if we've ever spoken about this before or not, but it actually started as something I wanted to do before I even knew that I wanted to start this firm in East Cobb. Uh, Back when I was still in California, I actually have two very close friends of mine, Kay and Jose. And Jose is from Santa Ana. You remember? Like, did you ever go to downtown Santa Ana?
No,
You didn't?
no.
Cute little town. You know, it reminds me a lot of like the Marietta Square.
Okay.
Okay. So Jose grew up in Santa Ana, went to Santa Ana High School. And as he became an adult, I believe he was in the corporate world and then decided to like step out, and he went into food and bev. So he ended up opening like an ice cream shop in Santa Ana. He ended up opening a restaurant in Santa Ana, and he just became this. Oh, he had a cafe,
Wow.
and so he just became this ambassador for Santa Ana, and he really revitalized it. Uh, at the time that Jose first started, I remember, Jose, if you listen to this episode, I apologize, but in full transparency, I think you would agree. It's Santa Ana was not a place that downtown Santa Ana, I would not want to go. And the only reason I ever went to downtown Santa Ana was because I was going to whatever Jose was opening up. And through that, because he had several different retail establishments, he ended up just becoming a part of the community and holding events. And I don't know if it was Jose single-handedly, but he certainly played an integral part in the revitalization of Santa Ana. So I had that background, I had that in my mind. And before I ever knew that I wanted to start this firm, the one thing I was certain of is that I wanted to do something in the community that I grew up in. And the community I grew up in it's the same one you grew up in, so you can vouch for this. It's a nice area, great school district, great families, very family oriented. It's a bedroom community. There wasn't a need for revitalization, really, but there also wasn't much going on because it was a bedroom community. So the idea, once we started the firm, I was like, what can I do to host a firm sponsored event that is going to give something to the community and make East Cobb have some sort of identity on its own? We're sandwiched between Marietta Square and downtown Roswell, and not much here in East Cobb. And there's a bunch of great people that live here, and I had young kids. So the idea was, well, let me just throw them a party that they would like to go to. And I'm sure young parents will enjoy bringing their kids. So it started out with our clients and neighbors. And as the girls grow older, they have more input into what they want to see, and they bring in additional things for the event. They had a long list for you for this year, and so that's how the event, that was the genesis of the event, and I think it's gonna continue to grow, and I not to get political on it, but I am a huge proponent of cityhood for East Cobb, and, uh, there's not much I can do. I have no interest in politics, but like Jose helped create some sort of community, some sort of energy around where he grew up, that's what I want to do.
That's awesome. I did not know that whole story. I knew, like, kind of certain ideas that you had behind it, but I didn't fully understand where this all originated. I didn't realize this originated before you even moved back. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
But you're so right. I think being sandwiched between Roswell and Marietta, both cities have, I mean, East Cobb's obviously a part of Marietta, but like you said, pro being a proponent for cityhood, to me, it's kind of its own little city anyway.
It's almost like a
Um
different world.
it really is. But both Marietta Square, like downtown Marietta, and Roswell have so many of their own events and festivals. And typically, I would say people in this community will venture out to those places or even like Sandy Springs, Brookhaven. But there's nothing here. Well, actually, let me step back. We do have the East Cobber Parade and Festival that occurs annually, but
That's right.
I think that there's room for growth in this space. And I love that you are pushing for that. And it's like we get that festival. Cause I mean, even if you go out to one of those other areas, how many festivals do they have? I mean, the
Yeah.
fall time's such an awesome time to get outside. The weather's really nice, everybody's excited for, like, pumpkins and, leaves changing.
Well, I think I'm sure you're gonna get down this path, but I think one thing that sets our event apart from the festivals in Marietta and Roswell are the fact that they're 100% firm sponsored. So from the music to the drinks to the food to the massages to the face painting to the petting zoo, you have to have a ticket to come in because we gotta have some sort of control, but the tickets cost free 99.
Yes, that is the biggest draw, in my opinion, for our festival is the fact that it is free, which is really cool, and that's such an investment in the community because it's not free for us to put the event on, in fact, it's quite expensive, but anybody who wants to attend, it's all free, which is really neat. That is definitely not something that you get at any other festival. You may be able to attend for free, but if you wanna purchase food, sometimes if you wanna purchase tickets for activities, there's a cost involved. So, tell me a little bit more about why you wanted this to be free.
We take care of our clients, and that comes through in our actual real Google reviews from actual clients. But the philosophy also translates into, the event. I think there are a lot of plaintiffs' firms actually that because they're successful and they have a lot of money and they use that money to host events, some of them are philanthropic, some of them are really kind of on the edge of debauchery. I'm not mad at that, but I think that deploying that capital for the community makes a lot more sense. And again, yeah, it's benevolent, but I live in the community. My children go to school in the community. Their friends go to their friends and friends' parents come to our event. It is a benefit to them because they get to feel like they are part of something that if we didn't do the event, they might not. We grew up here. We've been here for decades. I've always felt like I belonged, but I never had something the way that I feel like Maddie and Juju have. Something as simple as the building, to be on the school bus. And because Maddie's told me before, like they'll drive by the building and somebody sitting on the bus be like, "Hey, Maddie, there's your parents' office." So they've got this like grounded, rooted thing, and that's something that is really important to me. So I guess there is a selfishness to it, but the selfishness is also sort of serving the community at large in a way.
I mean, it's also a great marketing thing, right? If people are coming, they're like, "This was all free by this firm?"
Yeah.
Hopefully, they'll remember us in the future if they ever need us. So One day, I think Maddie and Juju will be able to appreciate it. Maybe not as much right now, but that's pretty incredible that you do all this, and ultimately, people are like, "Well, you do so much," and it's like, "It's for my kids." Free everything, so that my kids are like, "That's my dad. That's my mom. They did that."
If I didn't have Maddie and Juju in my life, I think I'd still do an event for the community because I'm still I really do want to see East Cobb have a bit more of its own identity and a bit more recognition. I don't think that it would be such a family-friendly event, though. I can completely imagine doing like a instead of having the band well, bands would stay, but instead of all the games for the kids, I can imagine like 3 different breweries.
Yeah.
It's just like a beer festival in front of the office.
Yeah. Maybe when they get older.
Yeah, I mean, they're the basis of it, so as their tastes change, I'm sure the party's gonna change.
Yeah, so to everyone listening right now, as you see the festival evolve, just know that is an evolution of Maddie and Juju's growth.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with anything else.
We wanted Taylor Swift this year,
Mm.
but, we actually stepped it up, and we got oh, no, I just forgot the name of the band. It's Francisco, but I forgot the name of the band. They're better than Taylor Swift.
Yes.
Yes. I'm excited to know you can keep some secrets, but I'm excited to know what it is that you've got set up for
Yeah.
the festival this
There's
year.
no secrets here. I mean, if you have been to the festival, well, I've only been doing this with your firm for a year as far as putting on the festival for you. There was a break during COVID. So if you came last year, you might have certain expectations. Well, I'm about to blow those expectations out of the water. Hopefully. So this year we have a not circus, carnival theme. So that's gonna be I think that's fun in of itself. We talked about that last year, like, we've got the fall festival, how can we add a little more pizzazz to it? So, it is a carnival theme, which means we'll have carnival games, carnival-style food, corn dogs, chicken fingers, funnel cake, popcorn, cotton candy, the whole 9, right?
I'm getting hungry.
I know, me too. Lunch is after this. And on top of that, we're gonna have not just stuff for the kids, which includes like face painting, balloon artists, pumpkin painting, but also a little something for the parents. We will have on-site masseurs.
I don't think any other festival has that.
I don't think so. For free? No.
Yeah.
So yeah, while the kids are getting painted up, you go get a little much needed back rub and grab some food. We'll have live music. We'll have a petting zoo. We're also partnering. We've got an incredible gold sponsor. Shout out Plasker Family and Performance Chiropractic. They will be there on site. Get to meet their team. They've been fantastic to work with. We've also have a community partner with Team Rehabilitation. And then we're really excited to be able to host Lifeline Animal Project, which is particularly special. And I reached out to them because your family dog slash the office dog was a rescue from Lifeline. And we wanted to include some sort of philanthropic component to this festival this year. And while we're not asking for money or anything like that, we thought it would be cool to have Lifeline on site with dogs that you can adopt.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I think it brings like a cool, heartwarming element. Who doesn't? Well, there's people who don't love dogs, but I think it's going to be really cool to have them. And they'll have dogs that you could adopt then and there.
Oh, that's gonna be so cool. Do we have a petting zoo too or no?
We do have a petting zoo. We do have to separate Lifeline's booth from the petting zoo, but that shouldn't be an issue.
The petting zoo is always my favorite. I use Maddie and Juju as cover, but they've always got the tiniest little
I
animals.
know.
They're so cute.
They're really cute. I think that's everybody's favorite
Yeah.
for sure. So, yeah, we'll have all of that. We're gonna have places to sit.
I'm sure you've worked on the logistics a lot, so but that's probably not as fun to talk about. Do we have garbage duty?
We have garbage duty. That'll be covered. But, yeah, we've been pushing people to RSVP ahead of time just so like you said, it's crowd control. There's certain elements that we have to have in place. So we're really pushing if you can RSVP ahead of time. But the biggest thing I didn't cover, This fall festival, it's our 4th annual fall festival. It is next Saturday. Oh, I guess when this comes out, it'll be this Saturday,
Yeah.
October 4th, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. at our office in East Cobb, 1454 Johnson Ferry Road. Um, we've already covered the fact that this is free. It's free entry, free activities, free food. There's really no reason not to come unless you've got a scheduling conflict, but we're really pushing people to RSVP ahead of time on our Eventbrite link. We will share that in the description below. But if you don't RSVP ahead of time, we are accepting walk-ins as well. So if you just happen to drive by and you have the time, pop on by.
I think it is important to say that everything is free. We are asking for registration so that we know how to equip food and supplies.
Right.
So it is while supplies last.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's something that's out of our control. If you guys can, again, it's free. We're not asking you for any money. We're paying for everything, but just let us know if you're showing up so we know how much to get. But if somebody ahead of you orders 17 funnel cakes, I guess I can't technically stop.
Hopefully that won't happen. Everybody be fair about it. But yeah, it's very exciting stuff. I think that this year we're working with some fantastic vendors as we have in the past, but really this year we've amped it up. So anything you've seen in the past, this should far surpass it. And I'm looking forward to, as we move forward, future festivals being even bigger and better.
That's awesome. That's so exciting.
Yeah.
So the annual fall festival is at our office. It's at our building at 1454 Johnson Ferry Road on October 4th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. It's free. Go to the Eventbrite link. I'm sure you're going to put
We'll
the
include
link.
it, but the Eventbrite link is aaafallfestival.eventbrite.com. So
aafallfestival.eventbrite.com.
that's right.
Oh, that's not difficult at all.
No,
Do you know if mom has gotten tickets?
I don't think she has.
Yeah, I think it's funny that mom, I do it for Maddie and Juju and the community at large, but I also do it for mom and dad. And it's so funny to see them like come by and be like, oh, we don't want to be in your way. And they just sort of scurry off. I'm like, this is part of your community.
This is the one time I want you in my way.
Yeah, exactly. So you hear that, mom? We both love you very much. We want you here. Thank you for always listening as well. Is there anything that you feel like we failed to cover about the festival or any messaging that you want to put out on this episode?
I don't think so. Is there anything you feel like you want to cover?
I just want to reiterate how much I love East Cobb.
Yeah.
And, I have to extend a huge thank you to Diane.
Yes.
Diane Cassetta has been an integral part of introducing, she's like a human LinkedIn.
Truly.
So she's played an integral part in connecting us with people throughout the community. And I don't think that we would have the relationships that we have in East Cobb without her.
Absolutely. She's like the face of East Cobb in a lot of ways. She's taking your place.
I know. She doesn't even have a logo.
She is with East Cobb City Lifestyle. So they've been an incredible partner.
Dan, you can use my face as your logo if you like. I'll license it out to you for the same cost as what we put the festival, or the ticket price of the festival. Everybody, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. I didn't really have much dad advice. Actually, that's not true. You know what my dad advice is? My dad advice is to get your family to 1454 Johnson Ferry Road on October 4th between the hours of 1 and 4. Better closer to 1 than 4 because everything is free. Supplies are limited and it's essentially first come, first serve. But come out to our firm, the Auto Accident Attorneys Group. You'll see the food trucks, you'll see the carnival games, you'll see the band playing. I look forward to seeing you all there on Saturday.
Let's go.
Let's go. Take care, everybody.